I was debating for a second if I wanted to do just boss practice and learn the 1 cycles. I kind of do. Let's see. How much time do we have? Okay, if we get under the point where I can't really do a full run anymore tonight, I will switch over and start just practicing bosses. That would mean at least another half hour, basically. So basically, if this run goes like past setup and then we'll stick with it. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. And like goes past setup and then dies somehow. Then we switch to bosses. I was scared there for a second that I didn't actually go far enough. I think I should just do the 5 jumps there, not try and do the 6. Kind of like right there where you only do 3 and then run a little bit. There's a way to jump that rock, and then, like, you don't stumble there at all. I need to learn it at some point. Ah, close. I missed the jump off the end there, which would be slightly quicker. Oh, wonderful. Missed one jump.
Have they served you? I can play turning to 80. You need it to the foot. Then it summoned me. Ah, I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
At least I equipped Torrent pretty quick there. I feel like this is gonna be a good Storm Hill. Yeah, not bad. Almost a gold. I'm more aggressive on that one. I think it's like I've got to save 2.5 for it. Which I added time because I made the gold for first step is more generous at only 1.5. Decent. I do need to figure out a better just visual landmark for that line. So basically the trade-off right there is when I'm jumping down after the strength tier, would I rather punch or have to swing the axe versus having a fourth attack on dismounting that guy? I don't know which is better.
Can you hear me?
Oh my god, thank you, General Slime, for the raid.
Don't dally.
Give me one sec. I'm popping Alexander in the back with something big and hard. One moment, and then I will greet you.
Oh, that's... Well, I...
But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm Braille. I play a lot of Souls-likes, lots and lots of Elden Ring hitless speedrun attempts. Right now we are... It's been a day of a lot of resets. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid, General Slime. We just started this run. So far we've not been hit, which is generally what we want to be doing in this run.
I'm afraid...
Or we can take all of the hits and maybe like get some sort of overflow counter. That might work. I don't think there's a rule that says that wouldn't work. I just think that overflow counter is very, very, very high. Yeah, trying to do hitless speedruns. I've not done one successfully yet. But I've been grinding them out for a while, and I would really, really like to complete one of these days. We're at the point where my hitless speedruns are actually faster than my old speedruns where I get hit. My general pace is that of about a 121, but 119.30 or so should be possible. Maybe 119.10 actually, I think, is what's possible. I just need to do the later sections of the game better than I currently do to actually get that. But I'm basically like to the frame exact with people who have like 118 times until after Morgott. So it should be doable. I just need to learn parts of it still. Also, when I'm like matching their time, I get hit a few times. I've not yet done a hitless run. Completing this hitless speedrun will be my first hitless run when it's complete. If it's ever complete. So what I decided to do for my first hitless run of Elden Ring, or of any Souls-like for that matter, is going for a hitless speedrun, but then not just going for a speedrun, but what was at the time the quickest smithing stone route that anyone had ever done it with. So, you know, just shoot for the top, right? For a first run. And happy to say that we are very successful at it. Like, I'm still, you know, getting hit, but one of these times that will not happen. Get to use our little map pin tech right there. But yeah, welcome in Hippie Mike, welcome in any other raiders too that I didn't get to greet. Alright, let's see. I added grabbing a Trino Lily right here. Did not get it. It's been about 50-50 if I can get it there or not. So far, I don't have to get it. It just would make things nicer. I need to get a little bit more consistent at it. Because what I want to do is I need to learn, I'm probably going to end up doing the Godric, or I'm sorry, the Sleeping Pot strat on Godric for the 1 cycle, instead of the other strat for it. So that time we actually did do the extra jump. I think if I do that, I need to not, like, jump that corner. I need to just run straight up and jump. That did not feel optimal right there. Although we are doing good time. I have messed up Celia every single time tonight. I've died a few times and just lost the run right there, which is pretty impressive. I've died to falling damage tonight more times than I've died to anything else. We're gonna lose a little bit of time right here. I skipped that other sprint because I was low on stamina. So we'll see how Celia goes. I think the practice for Horaloo and Malakath and some other things is now pushing Celia out of my head. I can only hold so many like techniques and stuff in my head at once. So to get better at one, I have to get worse at something else. And Celia is what we're losing right now. Just like hoping to hit like the random distribution of skill on these things that I can actually like complete a run one of these times. So what we're doing right there, we drop down, grab the 2 smithing stones and run to the back. And then hit the wall with our weapon so that the guy up top, he hears it and turns around. And by doing that, he doesn't see us when we grab everything. So that we're able to get out quickly. And without being attacked, because you do not want to be rolling that on Hitless. And then we run down, sit at the Grace so that we lose the anti-teleport buff. Because we want to teleport around. I am not going to be going to round table early in this run. Oh, that was close. I'm doing that a lot on that branch lately, I've noticed. Where I'm like turning the camera at too much of an angle. Okay, small mistake. Look, oh, got aggro. So a second small mistake. Do have to be a little bit more careful with stamina management now. Oh, actually, never mind. The aggro did not persist past the Grace. Okay, all is well. The small mistakes we probably cost us about 2 seconds there. The lack of the sprint as well going in cost a little bit of time. I think this is about 4 to 5 seconds possible in savings beyond what I had right there. It's just very tough to hit. 3 of it I can get sometimes, but I think those other 2 are a lot harder. Alright, same strat, just pure YOLO. No poison? Did I speak too soon? Okay. The most stressful part of the run right there. Until Godskin Duo. I swung late. I knew I swung late too when I hit the mouse button. The actual most stressful part of the run is when you're critting. Oh, there's Master Splinter. When you're critting Godskin Duo. When they're all like the 2 of them are put together on Godskin Duo, because I've had a few times where it causes me to crit the wrong one. And it's just like a fear now that can just live in my head forever. Oh, we didn't mess that up. We have a good medallion, good getting out of the fort. Didn't get poisoned. Did get aggro on those things, but that should be fine. I'm just paying a little bit more attention to stamina management here rather than unequipping things. We're set up very well to die right here. This is a great run for that. Okay, no death. That fall is very tricky. I want to go right here so I can jump and swing instantly. I'm trying to, basically when you jump here, you want to get situations where you're airborne as little as possible. So if you can avoid a fall, all the better. But when you do, you want to like be in spots where you can just minimize it through this section. It's just very tricky with all of the swinging and jumping and sprinting, and potentially like using stamina. Alright, I even remembered to unequip the axe at an optimal time. Alright, when we hit this, or I guess when I'm zoning, I can check what the time is. You have to wait there for like 2 seconds before you can hit the map. Ooh. 1.8 on Cragblade is nice. Lack of golds like last time. But these are all a lot of really good time saves. And we even unequipped the axe, or sheathed it, or however you want to call it. So I'm even set up for Academy Gate, or Academy Key, I should say. Do you remember when I was really scared of that jump? I do. For a while, it was like the most stressful jump in the run for me. And now it's behind the Cragblade stuff again. I still don't know what caused me just to start making that jump a bunch. But like, that other jump now to the lakes is more stressful than that one is. Where was it? That other tree, I went to the left and it wasn't good, so we're gonna try going to the right, like right at this tree front. And then left of this big tree. I'm trying to do this with visual markers rather than compass. Get straight lines. That's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Surprise, no matter. Why don't? Oh, don't.
If you can pick the same things up every time, the order on that menu is also always going to be the same. Ideally, you want it to be like you hit the rune and then just one arrow key away from being able to hit something else. Well, that's funny, Luminoff. I just had to laugh. Alright, getting to Academy Gate on a decent pace. This has been one of the toughest splits for me historically to have a good time on. But I'm finally getting to the point where I'm pretty consistent on it. I was expecting an unstable ground meme right there because that was too good to be true. At a 8-second gold. I don't know how I did that good at it, but like I was saying, I'm starting to get pretty good times on that split. Like 8 seconds on a running section is absurd. That's like the difference between forgetting to hit run and just walking the entire section. I have no idea how I did that. I will probably never repeat it. Same with that one at -3 seconds, where I'm usually expecting to get like -1. Oh my god, hey Murph, welcome in. Another chatter had Raz, I believe, was just asking me if I knew you. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Braille. I play a lot of Souls-likes. I've been trying to do hitless speedruns. Currently on a fantastic pace for a hitless speedrun in Elden Ring. This crowd might put me at the end of hitless, but I guess not. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, right now what we're doing is we are on setup for this. Thank you for doing the shout out too, Elray. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm doing, like I was saying, hitless speedruns for Elden Ring. We are using Iron Balls for the weapon. We're on a fantastic pace right now. Implementing a new trick I have right here that I am not very good at yet. So I could just lose the run. Looks like I didn't. Yeah, yes, thank you so much for the raid recommendation, Raz, and welcome in, Murph, and everyone else. My night's going well. I've not had very good runs tonight, but, you know, that happens. And really, it's all just practice until I get the run. So give me 1 sec. Get this guy killed, so I can pop a little bit more, hopefully. Next stop is going to be the Manor invite. Raz said that you were playing, I think he said Liza P. Oh, that's also what the shout-out message said. How are you liking Liza P? I absolutely love that game. It's my favorite. You can't see it because of my camera angle right now, but a few months ago I was lucky enough to pick up a Japanese collector's edition version of the game. I have about 600 hours in it, have done a bunch of challenge runs in Liza P. I have done level 1, I've done Dance Pad, I've played it with an NES controller, which was actually practice for Dance Pad to learn the button limitations. I also made a challenge run where I was only able to use 3 attacks on any, oh my god, really game. 3 attacks for any boss or any regular enemy in the game. So things like what's a tough one? Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I was only able to do 3 attacks across that had to be split across all 4 of them in order to beat the fight. And that was a really fun challenge. Door Guardian died in only 2 hits. It was very cathartic. What else happened? Laxasia made me relearn how to play the entire game. Are you doing... Ooh. Okay, so policeman. So you're okay, so you're brand new to the game then? Like, this is your first playthrough? That first area with, like, policemen is really cool. I love the atmosphere of that entire level. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, make sure you feed your kitties. I have a cat. He frequently appears on stream. Right now, he's hiding underneath the camera, so you can't see him. His name is George. He's basically standing on my mouse pad right now and looking at the monitor. He really likes the mosquitoes, believe it or not. Because there's like little small things on the screen that dart around. So they're fascinating to him to watch. Alright, I'm going to jinx it, but this might be the run that's on pace to get a sub 30 DTS finally. Only hundreds of attempts. I should probably not say that because then I will 100% jinx it. But we're set up pretty well for that to happen. We're going to go in here, take the lift up. So a crash would be okay, Raz. That is actually not something that's a run ender. As long as you log back in as quickly as you can and continue, that is completely fine. But what could happen is there's just so much random stuff in this game that can hit you that maybe just I'll find a new way to get hit. Maybe this will be the run where the tree sentinels finally jump me while I'm on that grace that I need to hit so that I can teleport out. That's one of those things that can happen. So this tree directly in front of me, we did the line last time and it was still not quite enough just going to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for the smaller tree now and just go to the left. And basically what we're doing is every time we go through this run, we're making like a small adjustment here to see, is that what we want? That small angle change is now putting us on the back side of that thing, which means we have to do one more little angle change right here to get the line right. So we want to hit, get close enough to be able to grab that mushroom, and ideally this mushroom if we have to. We need 7 mushrooms total. So whatever path leads to getting 7. I'm at 7 now. There are a few mushrooms I can get later on. One of them is directly on the route, but the other 2 take like small adjustments. So I might want to adjust so I'm not grabbing these mushrooms, and instead I grab some later ones over by DTS. There's also a whole mushroom pack you can get in Stormville Castle, which is 8 mushrooms. It takes time to grab. Not much time, it's only a couple of seconds, but it is still time. Alright, is this the run? Nope. So those tree sentinels can sometimes get all the way to this little minor Erd tree in grace. Not often, but sometimes. Oh. Alright, so what is going to happen, Raz, is George decided to just settle down and is currently laying on my my keyboard, so he might mess up some of my inputs. So the tree sentinels are they're referring to the Erd tree, and in Sentinel it's more like they're a guardian of it, not like anything else. So that's why they are like that, and they are what they are. Very important to hit that while you're mid-air on the jump. And to not miss that crit. Finding the crit is incredibly important, apparently. Like that. Move my keyboard just a little bit so that George doesn't disrupt things. Which did make him get up. So he's definitely trying to troll me. Alright, minus 31.4. We are on a great pace. What I need to do now is I need to not mess up this next jump. I can mess it up a little bit and maybe still be okay. But probably more than missing it twice would put us behind pace. So the pace we're trying to hit right here, just like a little mini goal I've had of mine is, I think I said it before, but getting DTS on this route without like moving things until after DTS and doing it at sub 30. I've never once been able to do it. A couple of times I've gotten it to 30 minutes and 3 seconds. It's just like one of those things where, to me, it just shows improvement if I'm able to get it. And then, like, get it consistently and stuff. Here's the free mushroom. And then what we want is, ideally, that wolf. We want him to not aggro, but I always run in front of him. If he doesn't aggro, then we have a little bit more stamina right here. So stamina management is just a little bit easier. We'll still use stamina on this sprinting portion because of the golems, but just you go into this section with more. So I can still do one major mistake here, which would be messing up my DTS trick. I do not know the parry kill, so I do this other one that's a bit slower. Which, there's a hitless runner named Mouse in a Tutu who kind of came up with the idea for this, and then I took it and sort of made my own variation of it. Oh, there we go. That is a sub 30, first time ever. That's actually really exciting. And now we go to round table. And hopefully I don't make the same mistake I did last time of forgetting to sell.
To determine if you had, it seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering. Very let my hand.
So in addition to that DTS time, another mini goal is to get all of setup to 37 minutes and 40 seconds. I do sometimes stream other things, purely on Elden Ring until I get this, probably. Sometimes a game will come up and I'll take a break, though. Like, I did Octopath Traveler 0. That was fun. But I mostly do Souls-likes on stream. I just don't really do a whole lot of them until I get this run. Like other things. I do have my birthday stream coming up in about 2 months. I might do something different then.
You know, Matt Loud, you.
Alright, let me finish vendoring here. It takes more concentration than it looks, because I am very bad at doing this. having to like reach over George's head to defeat each time. Okay, go out of here. Oh, I do have a YouTube. I see what you mean. Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. I've been meaning to set up like streaming over to that simultaneously. I've just not finished doing it yet. The YouTube channel, I think I put a link to it on my my Twitch thing. What I usually have on that one is just my like PBs and other runs and stuff. Oops, I do not need the axe equipped. Yeah, we'll do the balls. I did dagger last time and wasn't too impressed. Oh, that was interesting. Not what I wanted to do, though. Slower than just taking the fall damage. Missed to cancel. That last one we got like halfway. But yeah, I do actually want to start like doing the simultaneous stream thing over to YouTube. It's on my list of things to get set up. I just have been... My life out of like actually streaming tends to be really busy, so almost all of the gaming I do is actually on stream. I get to do very little off stream. So I try to do like one day a week where I just do some stream things on like Saturdays usually. But lately it's been learning how to do like streamer bot coding for redeems that I want to do. Although I do have the stuff on YouTube to get it set up one day. Alright, what's our time here? Anything that would be better than about 40 seconds time save by the end would be insane. So like being at minus 43.9 now is really, really good. I also was not expecting like this sort of finish at this section now. You know, I could just... It's actually quicker, I think, to do Blue Dancer Charm on the second run here. And I am only going to do 5 jumps. Generally, I found that when I do 6, unless I'm going slow, I risk messing up the deload. So it's just not worth it. Alright, we're gonna do patches. I think like for an individual enemy, patches probably is responsible for more hits than anything else. So not the right time to Cragblade, but actually should not matter because we'll have patches dead before the buff fades. Golden Vow actually has less time than Cragblade, and I do that earlier, so it's fine. It just usually I like to buff while I'm waiting for patches right here because there's time for one. If patches spawns over here, I'm probably getting hit. On this side, I'm usually okay. I'm just not very good at reacting to the other side he can spawn on. No hit, so Burn Hole, well, there's a couple spots where you can still get hit on setup or lose time.
I have no you are an enigma.
So the other day, it took 3 hits on him, and I still don't understand what happened. Because that one was 2, like it was supposed to be, but I was kind of prepared for it to take 3. Whoops. Oh, there goes some time.
I hereby take my hand. Give I will per.
Oh, also, I just saw, from your raid, Murph, I, just hit the follower goal. Well, a new follower goal. Almost at 300 now. It's funny, I hit 250, and then I didn't get to do a 250 celebration, so I might just do one for 300.
I am Tanrias, a warrior. Perhaps. Will you
Alright,
join
so
my
after this, we're going to go over and get the Ritual Sword Talisman, which is a very, very good talisman for this sort of run. Some people say it's like one of the best. I prefer Red Feather Branch Sword personally, but specifically on a hitless speedrun, I'm going Ritual Sword, which this whole hitless thing is also kind of training for doing a Red Feather Branch Sword run in a regular speedrun where I can get hit. Because for that one, I have to run like the entire game at no health. Or close to it. Oh, I forgot the physic. That's another time loss. Because I have like all these really cool like no time cost setups for Red Feather that I came up with, but I've not been able to use them in speedruns because I did not have the skill necessary. And I think I will be there once I can actually use this. Alright, we're gonna be a little too slow, but not by much. It might have been the difference in getting stuck on that jump. Should be sub 38 to Stormhill at least, I think. It'll be close.
I took you, Mama, to lay out your arm. $38.04. Yep. Yeah, good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raid recommendation as well. All right, so 38.04, so that's very good because we just added something new to the run and we're only 2 seconds behind what was previously the best that we had done. Oops, I can probably equip the dagger right here. Let's see how this goes. This time, we're going to switch our weapon right here, put that in. Oops. Messed up. Was getting ahead of myself to put in Source Seal. I want to do it when I'm at the flat area right here because there's less of a impact from jumping. It's tight. The dark you'll breach. Well, but of course.
Gold Margit, too. Right here, we're going to do our little map pin trick. And that's for the capital. Oh, right. We can actually start on this side with Gambit. Since we are using Gambit. You only have to be on the other side if you're not using Gambit. I do like jumping on those rocks sometimes. Also, you can just jump all the way up right there for a little bit more speed. And then I refresh Gambit right here and walk until stamina is full. I don't jump here. I could. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I do jump there usually. Never mind. I am forgetting what I'm saying.
Grabbing those kukri is very important for later in the game. Get a little bit more stamina. We're going to go right here. We're going to drink the physic right now. Also, we're going to apparently waste some mana. So that happened because I was slow on... Or, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm getting all mixed up now. Flustered. All right, let's just go. So I needed to hit Gambit first, and then the physic there. There's always time to hit one item, but hitting two is a little more risky. With this path, though, I could go no Gambit after this and just do the physic, which might actually be the way to do it. It's frustrating on that hit, but whatever. I'm not doing the sleeping pot strat because I didn't think to set it up. Let me take another hit. The sleeping pot strat is what we're going to want to use to do a fully scripted phase one. I got a little impatient there.
I am the Lord.
You can do them hitless, it's just you're kind of at the mercy of the RNG. So that's why I kind of want to move to the sleeping strat. It's slightly slower than like the fastest possible kill, but so much better than the other options. I think it's funny though that I just got hit on with Gambit. And you can see how I was getting impatient because we only saved 10 seconds there, even though it's actually a slower split normally. So I just kind of rushed myself, which I should not have done. It's better to not, in a hitless run, it's better like to not get hit than to lose time. So, my mistake. This is where I currently make my sleeping pots, but I am going to have to move them up further because of everything. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll make the sleeping pots in Altus Plateau. When we have like the run. That's why I want to get the line, so I have like just a nice straight area to make those pots in the future. 1828. No, I didn't die. I'm confused on my runes right now. I feel like I should have more. Oh, no, never mind. I leveled up, that's why. Oh, also I hit Torrent a little too early. You do it, you want to go behind that statue, and then right as you pass it, you hit it. Forget about the level ups. I guess 1828 is right. Also, watching CBD teach Rare how to do hitless last night, or Monday, whatever it was, I actually learned a little bit about why he sometimes shoots the arrows. So I can actually speed this part up just a little bit more. I need to practice what I'm going to do, but that'll be a fun thing to figure out later. It's one of those things I was always wondering how it worked, and then basically, so when you run away and deload him, it's related to the angle that you come back in at. So when I used to like sprint back, I was at just a bad angle. And the reason I want to learn like a way to speed that up just a little bit is if I can meet Radon closer to the spawn point, I can always end right here next to this. And that's the goal. Because that way I don't have to waste any time running. I just go right here and hit that thing and then go. Also, we can like get closer to Radon and not like go back as far, go forward as far, all of that. So there's probably like 5 seconds there that I can squeeze out of that knowledge eventually. But yeah, I'm going back and forth on if I actually want to use Gambit in Stormveil. It's slower, but it's safer. Unlike in the capital, there's a spot we can use Gambit where it's I think 11 seconds quicker to use it than to not use it. Which is the main reason why I'm actually like, it's what convinced me to go and actually grab Gambit early on setup. And like spend the 20 seconds on it. Because I could be like, oh, I get most of that time on the one thing, and then I can kind of maybe get the rest of it in consistency or something later. But if you saw those map pins, this is why I'm using them. Map pin 2 is the one we're going to want to go for. It's the one that's a little bit more west. It's a slightly quicker setup I've worked out for this skip. Because I used to line it up with geometry in the world, but now we're using a compass spot, and to actually figure out where on the compass to do it, I am using a map pin that we put down. Missed the animation cancel. I'm doing a slightly slower setup to get on a pillar up here for the jump. There's a quicker one, but I miss it so much that I took it out of the run. Instead, I do this one. Because it's just it's a couple seconds slower, but it is so much more consistent. There's one where you never have to stop running, and it still works. I forget if I need these. I might have routed out needing the 9 and the 11, but I've been using them recently. So I'm going to continue grabbing them and maybe pay attention to my rune counts at Fire Giant. And then this right here is where there's some value in Gambit, because I can just hit Gambit and sprint. And like sprint upstairs and jump upstairs and all of that, and not have to worry about aggro. So the time save is really good. I say not worry about aggro when I aggroed that guy. He usually gives up right around here. We'll do another Gambit here in just a moment. There is something I forgot to do. I'll do it, I guess, when we buff. I need my foul feet in my inventory so that I can... because I want to hit one after Golden Shade, so that the 3 minutes for it are good enough to kill Morgott and Golden Shade with it. So we get an extra 28k runes that way. Oh my god, we're actually low on stamina. Wow. That's not good. So we're going to lose a small couple seconds here because I did not remember to set that up. We can do mana after. In the event that I die, it's quicker to not waste the time. Like that. Hit the wrong button. If you saw that swing, I was meant to roll and I attacked. That's why I also don't eat the foul foot until the end of the fight, even though technically it should last long enough. Golden Shade is, after patches, probably the biggest wall in the run. Oh, I have the sleeping pots in the wrong slot. Sorry, I used to keep them on that right spot in the pouch, but I have had to change this because of keyboard layout changes. So now I actually have to put them in here. And that's because I can't actually use the right arrow to throw things anymore, because I moved it to the button 3 so I can do weapon swaps easily by WASD. And it's very hard to throw off of that because I'm like having to distract from being able to move. So I've just basically given up that slot in the pouch. Okay, let's get this. So I don't have to use sleeping pots if I learn the one simple kill. Which is not close. But as you can see, that's what happens to me when I try. And I can't do enough damage because I don't have stamina to kill him right there. So I have to back out and do that. If I could figure out a way to have enough stamina when he goes into that transition, I think I could do it. So, how much time do we lose on Golden Shade? Almost 1 minute. We've still never... Actually, I guess this will be the first sub 52 rolled, so it would have been sub 51 even.
Allow me, you are unprevented.
Actually, it's not even gonna be sub 52. It'll be close though.
My purpose, so I'd like to the flame and guide.
So I mean, like, we're gonna continue going, obviously. Like, this is really good time saves. Like, we're still live for a speedrun PB, just, you know, obviously not for a hitless PB. And that death also puts this at daytime, which is... It's not awkward, but it's not the way I like running this, because I like running it on the same settings of if I did not mess anything up. There is one advantage, though, to this, which is, although I do still run, like, if I get hit, I still stick to hitless rules for practice. I will do a quit out for the purpose of, like, getting up and grabbing a snack or petting George or something like that. Whereas you can't do that on a regular hitless rule set. Unless you, like, waste time to go to the round table or something. I used to distract that guy with the kukri when I was doing this without Gambit. With Gambit, you have a lot more room for just stuff to happen or not happen. And it is still nice if you're at nighttime right here, but whatever. We have Gambit. Nothing else matters, really. So you can do that just crouching at nighttime. And then you run through, and stuff will aggro by those tombstones, but it's fine. With Gambit, you can do it and nothing aggroes. Daytime or nighttime. But you should always... assuming you don't die like I did, you should always kill Morgott at nighttime, because you kill Radahn at nighttime. Oh, we're still down on the lead. Whoops. Never mind. Oh. Oh, this is awkward. No, I was supposed to have put those kukri in during the elevator ride. Because you want to distract them, and then we're just going to run over on this side. Because we slowed down a little bit, the horse is going to aggro. Normally with Gambit, he won't aggro on us. So that's why I say it's a little awkward. Because now we're losing, like, the jumping through here. Which costs us an entire 2% time. Why is... Okay, that was weird. Cost us a little bit more than 2%. At nighttime, you never want to gambit through right here, because then the Knight's Cavalry will probably hit you, because it delays when he swings. 5 jumps and then Torrent. But, I mean, we could gambit this time because it's daytime, but, there's not really a reason to anyways. Like, because normally Gambit's going to wear off, right about here if you cast it. Yeah, I did get hit a bunch though, Lumi. Golden Shade I died on because I accidentally hit attack rather than roll. So that was a hit, and then, well, I took 2 other hits anyways. Lost a full minute to that. But we're still doing it. We're in a pretty good spot here for speedrun times. I got my first sub 30-minute DTS without like having to move things around from the run. You can see like Ritual Sword Talisman and stuff. I have I was able to get through setup at, I think it was 3804, after having added all the time for Assassin's Gambit, which previously cutting Gambit, I was at 3802. So, pretty good improvement. I'm very happy with this pace, especially all of the setup. Bosses were not great, but not bad. I didn't actually sit down to look at the time on them. 11:30 is the goal for ending setup to what's it called? So that would be 49 instead of like the 51 if I didn't die. So I think there's 2 minutes I can save in there, or at least that I would like to. I don't know how doable that is. I remember when I used to think that 15 minutes for all the front bosses was good, and now I'm complaining that I'm not happy about 13 minutes instead of 11 minutes. Did not jump there at the right angle. It was close, though. Why are we losing time on this bell bearing so often? So we're going to go in here, get the bearing, level up our weapon. I no longer have to do Gambit here, but I do still have to remember to sell. Remembering to sell is big. Also remembering to do, or to put my talisman in is also quite big. But I usually do that on the run itself. And I also have to remember to level. Well, so talisman and level are things we'll do when we get back in. Or back to the mountaintops, I mean. Forgot to sell. I think I can avoid doing all the selling and only eat Morgoth's soul, but I need to practice the rune routing for that, 'cause it's all different now that I dropped the plus 19 for this section. Oh, whoops. Supposed to Gambit on my way out of here. Small time loss because I messed up my equipment. I did remember to level, though. I almost never remember that. So we'll take the small wins when we can get them. This is also where it's really handy for nighttime, because those birds will not aggro you basically ever if it's Gambit plus night. I did a different step pattern there that might okay, it still worked out. I was a little worried. I lost like a 1 gallop or something in my pace there because I did it differently. I got mixed up. It's from the point where you drop until you jump, Torrent will do 12 steps when running. So you want to do those at 4, a cadence of 4 apart, and then do the others at 5, and you'll basically hit the point where you want to jump and swing exactly. But I did 4 and then 5, so his the cadence on the steps was a little off, and then I tried to correct it, and I was not sprinting at the right time. You could also do, I guess, 6 instead of 4, if you really wanted to on the second section. I'm gonna ignore that lily. We'll just grab the other one. Oh, you know what? Perfect time to remember to do this and to do this. It's not going to matter too much if I aggro the archers this time. It's just stamina management, since we're not going to worry about the hit, since we're no longer hitless. But I'm still going to try and avoid aggro on him, because I'm trying to keep it as close to like an actual hitless route still as I can. So we did aggro. That's too bad. It's about 50-50 if that strat will work to avoid arrows. It's kind of like the backup where you just sort of hope that it works. And that's actually just a variant of my setup for Red Feather Branch Sword, where I have a strat set up so that those arrows hit me exactly. And I use that to put my health in a at the right threshold for Red Feather on Fire Giant. Which, my setup for all of that also involves not using Gambit. So that'll be fun to practice again when I start allowing myself to get hit. So I'm still gonna have to do like essentially a hitless speedrun still. It's just gonna be like, because I'm not gonna have health. But I'm going to take very specific enemy attacks to get hit to enable my my talisman. So that'll be fun, Lumi. If you remember when I used to do Red Feather Branch Sword for the speedruns on this, all the hitless practice is actually really, really going to help for like the setup on all of that, and then like the boss kills. And there's also like some really good time savings that it enables, I think. So the reason we're doing Gambit right here is the really big finger creeper that drops down. I want to have, well, I hit it here because I didn't want the other guys to aggro. But we want him to not aggro, so all I have to do is hit the Grace and then refresh it and move. And he will sometimes, well, he'll always aggro, but he'll sometimes chase if we don't do that. So what we want to do is do that, and then we want to hit Gambit again. And a Torrent so that we can go get our plus 25 stone. Which does cost 40 seconds, but I do think with the way I'm doing this, it's worth it, because my damage is very, very tight on certain fights. Like, as much as I hate to say it, Gideon. So I think I do need it for a safe fight. And when we teleport back, we're gonna get all of our health. And then we're gonna go for a fire jolt. I actually kind of wonder if I'm fast enough at that jump that it's a time savings or not. I do have this guy fully scripted. I just need to not mess up the script. Actually, every fight from here on is fully scripted, assuming I don't mess up. Which is a big assumption, given how much I do mess up. Oh, whoops. See? My buffs are going to be all wrong now. What's going to happen, though? He's also going to transition a little bit earlier, which is going to be weird, because his stamina is going to be different. Oh, actually... Okay, transition's still the same. That's good. Hopefully my buffs are okay. No. Okay, so we did lose one of our buffs, so he had a little bit more health than expected. He is dead, right? Yeah. Felt like he was taking a long time to die. So because of like him moving there, I think we lost Golden Vow a hit or two early. And we lost a little bit of damage as a result, so that happened. It's fine though. We're usually pretty good at being able to adjust on him when bad things happen like that. I just, I was supposed to hit his ankle at like a certain spot and I didn't. Because I tried hitting him from the front. You always want to like hit his feet and his ankle and stuff from behind. Because he has this habit of wanting to move back. So as long as you go from behind, as he's moving back, you're still in range with such a short range weapon.
This world and death are you to commit. Very let my hand.
Yeah, we were ahead by a minute at one point. I guess it still would have been if not for Golden Shade. Okay. We do have to do this crafting before we forget. Alright. Mess up some inventory management right there. Okay, that was a good fall. I prefer landing on the railing exactly, but that and then falling slightly is not the worst. This is the area where I'm willing to start learning the timing for dagger swings for animation cancels. Probably missed one jump that was possible right there. See, that right there, that's an example of me missing swings. Let's get us full stamina too. I think missed some jumps. I wasn't counting. If I do that optimally, it should be 11. Big thing is we need to be very careful about taking too much fall damage in here, because if you take too much, you're not going to have enough heals on Gutskin Duo, because you have to heal up so that Ritual Sword is activated again. Did I not have stamina there again? What is going on with my stamina management today? This is another one where the cancel can be a little tough. You also have to hit this railing, otherwise you'll take fall damage. And if you take fall damage, 2 sets of fall damage in here, you're not going to have enough healing. One, you can still do it. You just have to drink an extra pot, so it's going to cost you some time. All right, I have very bad luck, or not bad luck. I have a tough time with Godskin Duo, I should say. So we'll see what happens here. This and Gideon are the things that can just end the run still. Anything else I would, continue even if it's not going to be a good time. Oh, oops. I have to hit him from the back. Now I'm sorry, let me concentrate. We did a thing that increased our damage by 2%, so I have to change how I hit Apostle. And then I have a lot of trouble on the respawn lately when it's Noble. So we'll see what happens. Apostle's been easier for me. So you can do that. I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. There is a strat where you can basically just set it up like you do at the start of the fight with a gambit in the back, and you wait for him and just sleep them both again. But I do not do that because I'm not smart enough to do that. Or the adrenaline kicks in and I just don't think about it. I am missing so many cancels. So much opportunity to go fast. I messed up bird skip a bunch the other day as well. It's kind of embarrassing. Also, I should point out, my current PB is a 1:25:01. So just matching these splits is already a PB by 2 minutes. We have to sit there so that we have the anti-teleport. Now we're going to go level our weapon to 25. Because the bell bearing is dropped by Godskin Duo, so we're going to buy stuff. Go do whatever. We don't need to sell anything. Those and those, and then we back here. We'll take our weapon to plus 25 from this, and then it's kind of the last vendoring. Not quite. I don't level again, although I could until after I. Sorry, think. I don't level until after Idiom. Like we could level here. It's just. I don't feel the handful of levels are worth the effort, basically. Oh, I did not need to gambit. Whoops. Alright, can I mess up bird skip? I am okay at bird skip, definitely far from a pro at it. I do always send the elevator back down. It costs a couple seconds, but in my opinion, it's better to spend those 2 seconds than to lose 20 because you fail and have to go back. Unless you're doing it less than 1 in 10 times, which, okay, well, we're good so far. I used to never fail the final jump, and lately I've been failing it a ton. Also, since I'm not grabbing any safety graces at like Malakath or anything, since I'm sticking to like the hitless route now, I'm not even like diverting. If Malakath kills me, who is a very tough fight for me, we do have to do it again. Another reason to send the elevator down. I have a ton of time save possible on Malakath. I just haven't done it yet. Also, I'm usually much better on Malakath if I've warmed up on him a little bit. Obviously not going to have that here because this is the first time tonight we got to this, so this will be fun. I know I can butt inside to save a little bit of time. I always feel too rushed on the fight when I do that. So I like being very far away from the cliff after just rolling too many times.
Destined death.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Malakath. Exactly what I wanted.
From me again.
I do have to lock in on this fight. More so than others. I was hoping we'd get the 3 hit. You would not, like, I should just show that fight compared to how my fights used to be on this guy on, like, my first speedrun attempts. It's, like, night and day. Even though, like, I still have a lot of room to save on that. That was a pretty bad paced one because he did a lot of extra attacks, and if we get good attacks in a row, we can do it in just 3 cycles instead of 4. My damage is not high enough to always do it in 3, so it's a thing. The reason I sit there and not level is leveling takes time. I don't need the time right now. All I need is I need my physic to reset. I don't have enough damage for Gideon otherwise, so that is why we sit there. I also need to figure out what the actual quickest route through this area is. So unless I mess up Gideon, we will finish the run. I could still mess up the scripted fight on Horriblue. It is very difficult for me. I think I'd probably, as soon as Golden Vow is done, I might be able to just jump up and get moving quickly.
And here you'd come to stand before Elden, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
I'm moving a little slow.
Spirit, but alive.
So we don't like stop and eat the soul for Malakath until right here because we have plenty of time with him doing all this stuff. I can also just use this time to make sure I have all of my buttons here correct. That should all be fine. I guess I can get rid of this and this. Oh, I can also get rid of the parrying dagger now. It is only 1.5 weight, so, and we're also pretty lightweight now, so it's not like a huge damage buff. but it is something. So we'll get rid of that. Because Blue Dancer Charm makes like equipment management weird. Technically, I can get rid of that right before Malakath, and then everything should be fine with Parrying Dagger or not. But here's where we'll level. I sometimes level after Orlu as well, just because I like the stamina of it. It's not actually necessary. So this could be the last level up of the game. You want to hit 84 and then all 2 endurance. Because that puts us at 89 with Radagons and then 99 with the Physic. And it does sound silly, but that damage does actually matter with this build. So we're gonna go Physic, Balls, this. I'm gonna prioritize buff duration over quicker buff time. If you alternate in and out of the pouch, you can buff a little bit quicker, but you lose some time on those buffs. All right. Well, I messed it up. I don't get the scripted kill. It's too bad. It's very, as I was saying, it's very tough for me to do. Oh, this is very close to a scripted kill. Gonna get some stamina. I'm not gonna eat the soul, but I am just gonna level because we have to sit on this anyways to get our physics. So I'm just gonna take the couple seconds. I'm gonna be mad about this later. I know it, but whatever. Actually, I'm supposed to do. No, I can refresh Iron Balls. Or Crack Blade, that's fine. Then we do it. Blue, I should have done Physic. Whoops. Messed up the buff order. I'm not really good at doing buff orders. We'll just do Crack Blade. I don't have time to do shoe buffs without going too low on stamina. Different attack pattern I can use here, but I like this one just because it tends to be really I can't pronounce words. The mnemonic for it is like really easy for me with like three for hits. All right, next thing. Don't mess up the credits scene. So escape, skip, skip. It's been so long since I've gotten PB here. And split. Oh my god, we actually got a run that's a PB for once. If only it were hitless. Thank you, Merrick. Also, thank you for the subs, Lumi, giving them to El Rey. I do need to... I don't want to, like, make the verifiers sit on this thing forever, so let's do this. Go ahead and quit out. See Hinato, and then we will show the screen. It's been so long since I've gotten a PB that I